What's up, WINJECT? I want to welcome everybody into 2022 as we continue to roll into the month of January. And one of the things that Chris and I have both been working on is developing the community of WINJECT. And I thought it would be a valuable bit of information that we can actually unpack a little bit more, because Chris, a lot of people start a podcast, but they don't necessarily know what to do with it or how to promote it or how to produce results with it. They know that, hey, I got something I want to share. I want to promote my business. And everybody imagines that we're just going to launch a podcast and all of a sudden everybody's going to be calling us. And that's not necessarily the case. So what I wanted to do today is kind of walk through what it is that WINJECT can help with and how we actually can make, like Dr. Ruth and some of these podcasts have actually blown up, and what it takes to actually put all of that together. Not necessarily go down the rabbit hole on it, but give us a
Sure.
share a little bit about what the process is,
right?
And why we're here.
Right. What's up, Gabe? The process. We take an uncommon approach to looking deep into why you want to start a show before you even try to launch a show. Even if we have a couple of people that have relaunched within WINJECT Studios. Perfect example, Nina Perez with the Straight Talk No Sugar Added. We took a different approach that she's has taken with her show and seeing astronomical results and uncommon results, because we ask the right questions, like whom you're trying to get to and why. And then we go backwards. So if you're trying to get to them, then what's the point? What's the point of that conversation? So one of the things that, I don't know, maybe it's just that I'm conscious of and I've become more conscious of over the last probably 5 years, that when I'm speaking, I'm now telling the world who I am. But when I'm speaking to you, we're having a different type of conversation. It could be to 3 different types of conversation. Point of view, conversation, what coulda, shoulda, woulda happened. You have the egotistical conversation, stroke off of one of our egos, and then also the emotional conversation, right? So when you're looking at those separate conversations, that's what's happening in your listener's mind right now as I'm talking to you, Russ.
Right.
Those 3 separate conversations. And what makes my methods and techniques very effective, because I'm touching both sides of the buyer-seller relationship inside of your brain. So when I'm having a conversation with you, that's something that I am working with each host on, is you need to be very conscious that someone's listening to this conversation. And if from what Russ is talking about, we need to explain it in a way for them to relate to it and understand and grasp the concept. From whatever that is. If you're doing a comedy show, you're doing whatever. That's what makes, if you want to learn how to do this effectively, watch a stand-up comedian. They'll touch both sides of that spectrum. And this is what makes us very unique within WINJECT Studios, is that we have that approach. We're not trying to get downloads. We're not trying to make you money. What we're trying to do is we're trying to reach the people that you're trying to reach and increase their awareness and increase their experience of tuning into your show. That's the only thing that we're focusing on from day one. And from there, that's where all the growth happens.
And that takes a process. That takes experience. And what I want to really make sure that we communicate, Chris, is the strategy behind it. Because anyone right now, I taught this and I've promoted this and I've actually demonstrated this in workshops at university, is I've taken a class of journalists and done a 3-hour workshop. And by the end of the workshop, everybody had a podcast. And that's not to say that every one of those podcasts is going to be successful, because there was an exercise.
What is successful? Right. But, and that's a great question.
That's not strategy involved. There's no strategy at all. There's no next steps that are going to be outlined in some of the things that are involved in a successful podcast launch.
Mhm.
So what's the first step when somebody comes on board? Because that's one of the things, getting used to what they're doing, what they're looking for, what they're anticipating. What do people need to expect when they launch a new show with WINJECT?
First, what to expect from day one is you just being open to different possibilities. You want to start a show, but it's going to keep going to this one little area because I think that's where most people need to live. Is like, what's the outcome that you're looking for?
Mm-hmm.
And what is a successful launch to you? What is a show? How would you like us to distribute your show? Like WINJECT Studios is not a podcasting agency. We're a massive community. What we're here to do is to point you in the right direction and just present your show the way that it needs to be presented to the world. And this is where the agencies, and this is where I didn't want to launch a podcasting network, because a network implies that I'm going to take 70% of everything you make.
Right.
That's not what
Which you're not doing. By the way,
we're not doing. What we've done, I'm making it really simple for individuals.
Yeah.
You make 90% off of everything. The only thing that we make 10% on is from people that you're driving into and they're paying for something inside of WINJECT. That's it.
Which I absolutely love that model.
We want to take that model and we want to make sure that we're practicing what we preach and we're proving it with numbers. You can lie with any kind of information, a verbal communication, nonverbal communication, but you can never lie when it comes to numbers. And numbers is where we come in, right? So us presenting your show and what to expect is us really explaining that process to you. We make nothing off your show. We make nothing off your show, and it's only done. The only thing we make off of anything that you do is by promotions of what you make and obviously driving people in. And to be honest with you, that's something that really excites individuals. For the first batch of shows that we've launched within WINJECT Studios and us presenting their shows.
Right.
That was the selling point. That was what made them go, well, where do you win? Well, where we win, everyone has to win for us to win. And that's something that they're waiting for the other fucking shoe to drop. Excuse my language. But they're waiting for another shoe to drop. There's no other shoes. I don't mean wearing shoes right now.
Shoes.
Right? So that's the point, is figuring out what to expect coming on board is that we move very fast. We get your show up on all of our channels because we have access to the exclusive offers within these, like a perfect example, Apple channel. What to expect is we move fast. So all the thing we need is pretty much a color scheme of your show, why you want to launch a show, the name of your show, and we'll work out the details within 24 to 48 hours. And there's a pretty good chance it's going to be on all the platforms within 48. And why we do things this way is because when my show, broke over, 2 million downloads and I was left with a kick-ass show, Russ, they were telling me it would take 2 to 3 months to be able to have everything switched over to these people, man, are scam artists. I'm going to be real. They're all scam. They're a podcasting agency. There's a good chance they have their hand in your pocket without them, knowing it.
Well, I think we talked about this last week where
we did.
They modeled the music industry.
Yes, legal loan sharking.
Where you have the artist and you have the listeners, and in between you have a lot of overhead, a lot of cost associated with the distribution, the management, the strategy, everything that's on the. And you've taken this model and turned it upside down, which I absolutely love, because the podcaster can actually control their own content, their own show.
Yes. And then controlling that content is where people tend to forget how powerful they are, even if you don't have a following. What's to say, Russ, if you don't blow up and become the next Joe Rogan?
Yeah.
In 10 years' time, in 10 years' time, and say in 10 years' time, people will want that archive content from you.
Yeah.
Think about that overall for a second. Just want everyone to let that sink in. It's good. I mean, if you're focusing on the right information, and then also you would want access to that content, Well, it's hard to find content like that.
Yeah.
And then having a community where it's an all-in-one educational hub and having exclusive content inside a community, we can archive that content. But if you don't have control over your own distribution and publications of your own content, it's yours, you're not going to have access to it, because now I own the hard copies.
Yeah.
If I was a network. But that's the reason why we're a community. I don't want your content, because me owning that type of content, that doesn't help me at all. We just present your show. And even if we get to the point to when you launch your show and you want us to broker a deal for a network, we can do that as well. It's something that I do. I go to bat for individuals. If you want me to broker a deal for iHeartRadio, if you want me to broker a deal with Pod One, I can broker that deal for you. But if you don't understand the legal terms, how contracts are set up, you're walking into there going, I'm on Pod One, I'm on this other distribution, whatever, right? I'm not trying to single one out, but they're just a network in general. Okay, let's just keep it there so that way I don't get any kind of publications or copyright issues. But when I'm talking about, and then like a company like that, oh, I'm so excited, I'm on this network. You're not even on a network. You don't realize that they're giving away 70% of your earnings for future earnings of the next 2 to 3 years. You can, like, that might be your show, right? And that's the name of your show. You don't even own the name of your show now.
Yeah.
It came from your mind.
You created it.
But what happened?
The network owns it.
Yeah, because guess what? People are looking for us. They're looking for the instant gratification, that fast track to success of their show. When they're looking at trying to publications and they're looking for distribution channels for ad spend, they're telling you that they're adding you to that budget. But what they don't tell you is if you're not the top 10 show on that network, then you're just added on a very small print of every single one of their stupid ass emails.
Right.
I'm telling you, this is how it works. Because I do my research. And this is where this is where a lot of the strategic partners we had on board at the beginning, they kind of fell off. And the reason why they fell off, because we're not affiliate marketing business. That's my point. We're a real corporation, and we're doing things. Sometimes when you do things the right way, it takes a little bit more time.
Yeah.
And people are always looking for the next best thing quick and payout, right? So go ahead.
Well, and the other thing about that is you kind of brushed over it a little bit earlier, is distribution. You have created contacts and contracts and community around distribution as well.
Yes, sir.
So it's not just our community making sure that your brand is
That's
amplified.
a good point.
It's you got some other strategic partners that are willing to step up and looking forward to assisting and supporting people in the community. So I just want to make sure that we touch base on that, because it's important for us to, recognize that, this isn't a lonely one-stop shop. It's a community of communities.
Right. And I'm very grateful that you brought that up, because it can be overlooked, and it's hard for me, to be honest with you. And this is why this is your show. And, when me coming on and you asking me questions, I think it's powerful, because I'm so immersed inside and in the inner essence of what I'm doing. And I talk about it all day, every day. I can easily brush over something very valuable for a Jenny Gold or somebody else out there. I just saw Jenny was sending a message. That's why I popped in. But I don't know. Hey, Jenny, I don't know who you are, but hello. How nice to meet you. But
Jenny from Colorado. Thanks, Jenny, for being here.
Hey, Jenny, Colorado. Yeah, Colorado. Boulder, Colorado is a beautiful place. I don't know if she's there, but that's the only thing I can think of in Colorado.
It's snow today. So
yeah. So when you're looking at this, I can brush over something. It could be something very valuable for an individual and a make and break. So I do appreciate that. But when we have these 300 PR potential agencies, right? Here's how marketing works. Okay. And I'm going to tell you this, right? Okay. This is going to probably irritate somebody, but this is how Twitter works as well. People would much rather go on Twitter to see if you're trending and if it's popular to follow you before they follow you. It's the same thing with marketing. Perfect example, and this is going to get me in so much trouble. A great friend of mine, Nazi Katoon, okay? trainer, great good friend of the community. We obviously have our membership site inside of WINJECT Studios. Love her to death, right? She has a live on Tuesdays. Was just having a conversation. She sent me a screenshot of an individual that had a paid article. Do you know about these paid articles? They're not real life, right?
Yeah.
I could pay you, Russ, to go write up an article about my show or write up whatever, and it doesn't mean anything. And then that's a distribution channel of a major publication. And the next thing you know, it's now on whatever, Google.
But I can put the logo on my website.
But there it is. Boom, 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 ding, 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 ding. It's fake marketing. It's not real. It's like me doing a book and coming out with an ebook and saying it's the same damn thing. It's not real. Okay. Yeah. And no offense to people out there. If that makes you happy, whatever.
Well, it's real, but it doesn't actually lead you to clients that are buying your business. Yeah.
No substance. Yes. Doesn't mean it's not true. It just means there's no substance. There's no ambassadorship with it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. The point that I'm making with the PR agencies, and that's one of the point that I want to make. The PR agencies and the people that we have on board, these are real media sources that have credibility and clout and reach and ambassadorship. So when I mention these PR agencies, that's what it's all about. Okay. Yeah. They're distributing and they're going to be doing a lot of our marketing, which is third party and cross promotions, to talk about the Russ Johns, the Pirate Syndicate, why it's important for the producing component in WINJECT Studios and him being the community leader. That's who's talking about WINJECT. We're not talking about WINJECT. This is where people get in a real massive amount of trouble when it comes to marketing and promotions. They can pay for a marketing ad or article. When they pay for this article, that article's talking about them, but there's no ambassadorship behind it.
Yeah.
I would have much took that and put it into PR. If that makes sense?
And I know Justin Breen, Justin Breen's part of the community. Yep. And he's a master at marketing and PR.
Why do you think I'm talking about this? Yeah. Why do you think I'm talking? Yeah. Justin, great personal friend of all of us, right?
Yeah.
He was he was the first strategic partner within WINJECT Studios. First.
Really?
He was the first strategic partner. He was the first one I called.
He's a partner. He's a pirate as well. So
I saw when I came onto your show, he was the first strategic partner and it's the first one that I told, and then he got it just like you.
Yeah.
I know what you're doing. Got it. You're making massive collaborating and whatever. You're leveraging. I get it. When is it going to be done? I was like, shit, I don't even know.
And here's right. another thing. Here's another thing, Chris, that I think is important for people to understand is that I'm running the pirate flag here. I have a business, the Pirate Syndicate. I do live stream production, and that's an offer that I have a strategic partnership with WINJECT to offer that service to members of the community that need and care and want some additional help with their production side.
Right.
So,
and they're going to need it.
It's not that we're in competition with each other, because I'm also the community leader. So I need to continue to expand the Pirate Syndicate to support the WINJECT community. And so people sometimes get that confused about, well, aren't you in competition? No, the pie is big enough. We have a bigger pie. We can actually expand this. And if we work together, we could all succeed and win from this thing.
Right. Well, I'm glad you brought that up too, because it's important to mention the competition side of there's zero competition in this world. Zero. You might be a competing entity of a certain type of industry, but competing with what though?
Yeah, what are you?
That's just a way of that's a label. I don't look at competitors or there's other companies. And when I figure out here's how a real entrepreneur thinks, okay? When they see somebody that has an offer and they're, I guess, labeled as a competitor, I see how I can help you and how you can help me, and we'll work out some type of deal.
Yeah.
Because I would much rather like to do business with you, not to keep tabs on you, but to allow each one of us to grow and flourish. And
I know for a fact that you can't handle all of the podcasts that might
There's no way. There's no way.
I can't handle all of the podcasts that, the Pirate Syndicate. So working with other collaborators and I just had this show last night and talking about, hey, I want to bring people in to expand the producers so we can support and manage some of these tasks that are coming in. I can't do it all. You can't do it
No.
all. That's why we're working together. And
Right.
I think it's important that if you're interested and you're looking or thinking about or reflecting on starting a podcast or being a podcaster or sharing that as part of your business model in 2022, join the community. It's a simple equation, winject.com/join, and just sign up and let's get involved in a conversation. Let's start it.
Yeah, the main thing is that a lot of people they want to get started. That's why we're with the podcast launch or the relaunch, and we talked about this and into the strategies and the different things. Every person inside this community is a resource to you.
Yeah.
It's like almost to the point to where I was talking to Ella. It's like, how the hell do I articulate that in the copy?
Yeah. She's awesome, by the way.
Right. Yeah, Ella May. Holy crap. Her show's coming out tomorrow. Ella May show, the 1 Degree shows launching tomorrow. First episode. Bump, 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 bump on all the Apple Pod, all the shit. John Benson.
If you have a need for resources, Ella May is the person you want to contact too. So
100%. She is a massive communicator. Not communicator, but massive connector.
Yeah.
Massive. Like
super connector.
Yeah. So she is phenomenal. I'm really excited about her show coming out tomorrow. And I was talking to her about like how do we articulate the message? Like this is just as much your community as mine.
Yeah.
And that's the whole point. And that's the message that, and I'm not going to get into the names, but these people out there are doing the agency approaches and they're not aligned to the bigger picture because they've never been exposed to it until now.
Yeah.
And I look at all these agencies as how we can help you step into what's going to work in the world, right? And how to really help your buyers or really help your clients or your shows in a different way. WINJECT Studios will end up having podcasting networks underneath us.
Yeah.
That's what I envision.
Well, and I think this is the decade of community building.
Yes.
I really believe in the relationships that are developing, and people are starving for something to be more than a number or a like or a, something in the mix, because it's really about how can we develop relationships that move our business, that move us emotionally, spiritually, financially. It's really about what we don't need 10,000 likes on our page to feel good about ourselves when we wake up.
That's not going to help you.
Set the ego away and find out what really moves the business. And that's part of the resources that I think are really exciting in the WINJECT community.
And also looking at the growth potential within the booking services. So if you're a podcaster right now, you would know what I'm talking about. There are services where you get all these stupid ass emails from individuals with a Gmail or whatever account. They'll send you emails talking about, hey, I would like this person to go into your show. It's the most annoying emails I've ever seen in my life. So cold.
They're right up to next to the. Do you want web services?
Oh my God! I changed. That's actually a personal topic. I actually changed my email within WINJECT at least every other month, just because I get stupid emails. Anyways, so it's true, man. You get. Hey, I would like for you to go on the win-win effect. Okay. Why don't you go to booking at WINJECT and go to the proper channel? How did you get my email? So who do I need to shoot? Right. So, anyways, we do have a WINJECT Connect, inside of our community where there's a booking services, and I'm not going to show you because I don't want to share a screen and mess up everything because we had to run here. I'm tied up, but they're on the website. If you go to every show page or WINJECT Studios original show, like my show, 1 Degree show, LMA show, Jess Lee Road show, every single one will have a block where at top it says booking form. You can click on that form, and where your fans or people that want to book in with you, we're removing that barrier of entry. Just fill out the damn booking form.
Yeah.
They fill out the booking form. Now booking form goes into the CRM and also into their email goes right to their admin staff. So that way the host can stay focused on their zone of genius of being a host, entrepreneur, whatever they do for a living. I don't know, play badminton, but they can stay focused. So that way you don't get these stupid emails and then through these booking services trying to charge people to go onto other shows where why would you asked to come onto my show. Why do I need to pay?
Yeah.
See what I mean? So
Yeah.
we're changing the narrative and we're changing that approach where there's industry leaders that are making a lot of coin. Well, when you start to disrupt industries, you start getting people's attention, and the only way for them to stay in the game is to join.
Yeah.
That's all. I corner markets. I corner markets, right?
This is
what I do.
It's a simple equation. It's a simple equation.
It takes a hot minute, and it also takes very thick skin.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we both.
There's no other shoe.
Yeah, I'm waiting for the shoe to drop. I'm like, well, okay, well, yeah, all right.
Keep waiting.
I mean, like, what would you like from me right now?
Yeah.
Someone asked me, like, it's taking you a while to do this.
Yeah.
What's a while to you? I said, do you see what's actually involved within WINJECT Studios? Do you see the infrastructure? Do you see all the moving parts? No, because guess what? You're only seeing it from the outside looking in. Well, what's involved in this? And people go, this is built just like an educational company, a trade school. I'm like, because it's exactly just like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
which you have a little bit of experience with.
Just a little bit. I mean, who knew? Just a little bit. I mean, just when I say in the UK, like a wee bit of experience, just a smidget on my resume. Man.
So before we wrap up today, I just want to put a couple of bullet points out here. So if you're thinking about a podcast or you want to learn more about podcasting and the resources that are available, just go to winject.com/join and get involved. If you're not ready to take that step, that minor step across the street, just reach out to me. I'm the community leader. I can answer some questions and help you out. I can be found on social media, probably on LinkedIn every now and then. I got a few shows once in a while. The Pirate Broadcast is on occasion here and there. And also, just reach out and ask questions, get involved and get engaged, because you can't get started without taking the first step. The first step is just asking for help.
Right. I mean, and that's another thing that we're also doing. I appreciate you saying that. I mean, it doesn't mean a lot to me when you say, like, just reach out to me. I mean, that's one great way of the whole approach with WINJECT Studios. Everyone's approachable and everyone's here to help.
Yeah.
It's really not as complex. We're taking off where you can relaunch your show and launch your show. I'm taking that off the obviously website and making sure that it's just part of the process. Yeah. That's just an option for you. I want to make sure that I'm crystal clear. We will not own anything of your show. We are not a network. We're not here to make money off you. In fact, we lose money just having you a part of the community. Seriously. We don't. The way the IPO and the way that things are set up, we lose money. Okay.
We also allow you to make money.
Yes, that's the key.
That's the key.
When you start making money is when we start making money, because that's how that's set up. And I did that as an accountability mechanism and a trigger point inside the community. When you're making money, that's when WINJECT start to churn a profit.
Yeah.
And that's just 10% of everything you do. You own 90% of it. So that's in the back end of that, I want to make sure that everyone understands, like when you even launch a show, we don't own your content. That's your content. You can do whatever the hell you want to do with it. We're just going to teach you how to present your show and distribute it.
And also introduce you to resources that can help you grow.
Bam. And the sources and the resources that we do have, in like perfect example, the Russ Johns, the Pirate Syndicate, $3,600 off of the sticker price when you go to his website.
Yeah.
And it's only going to cost you $44 if you're just to get $3,600. Think of WINJECT like a coupon code, a book.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit. It's not that difficult. I'm still waiting for my tea to get cooled down, man.
Yeah.
And now that I'm in the UK, I'm starting to drink tea and stuff. Yeah, like recently, like I'm in here for 5 years, almost 6 years,
Yeah.
and I still to this day I don't like really hot tea. I'm from the South, man. Like sweet tea with a lemon and
Yeah.
shit. But I'm getting addicted to hot tea because I can't drink coffee all night, so I drink like tea, and I'm like, good man. I'm still waiting for this damn thing. So this is perfect timing.
Yeah. Well, I just really appreciate you, Chris, and I really appreciate what you've done and created, and I'm glad I'm on board. And I look forward to sharing this with more people and getting it out there, because it's important that we actually communicate the value and the opportunities that are here. And I'm just super excited to continue to grow the podcasting community, because I've been involved in it for so long, and I really believe that it's going to be there. So that is a smoking deal, Russ. Yes, that is a smoking deal.
Smoking hot. Yeah.
Smoking hot. And so thank you, Chris, for being here. I look
Always,
forward
man.
to our adventure together. And if anyone is out there that wants to learn more, like I said, just reach out, ask questions, get involved, get engaged, and take that first step, and go to winject.com/live and take that plunge, because
Just say hello.
Yeah, just say hello. So
hello. Sound like Lionel Richie for a second. Hello. Is it me you're looking for? Okay, all right. I'm not gonna sing my singing audition. I'm American Idol right now. UK Idol. What is it called here? I don't even know.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't get past the commercials. There was a time when I used to go to the Clio Awards, which is the Academy Awards for commercials, right? It's like,
really?
There's killer commercials out there.
There's good ones. There's real good ones out here in the UK, because I mean, I wouldn't say just in UK, just in the EU in general, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they don't, especially Italian commercials, they're freaking hilarious, man. They don't have to do the stuff in the States.
They don't have the same regulations.
Nah, man, it's some funny stuff, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
it's like no offense to anybody. I'm not trying to be disrespectful. It's like in Mexico. There's a channel like the Weather Girls, like weather things, right? You don't understand anything they're saying all day. Just sit there, watch that, and then you have this. But the reason why I bring it up, they have one in the EU for flopping it, like the men. They have the men that have them, and the women just watch it all day long. Isn't that kind of funny? So it flip flops.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Anyways,
that's awesome.
Just saying.
Thanks for being here, Chris. Let's wrap it up and get on reaching out to everybody that needs to be reached out to. And also, we got a couple of probably in the next week or so, we got some additions to the inventory, so we'll be announcing a few things more. So stay tuned. Join us on Monday. Who's going on Monday?
Nina Perez, 10 a.m.
No,
sorry, not 10 a.m. Sorry, 11 a.m. Eastern time on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. She is now on LinkedIn, so she'll be going live. So on Tuesday, Nausicaa Tune, 2 p.m. UK time. I believe it's at 9 a.m. Eastern time zone for those who out there. And then Wednesday, you have Alpha Hippie at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And then right here, 2 p.m. Eastern time for, me and this crazy man, Russ Johns for WINJECT Studios. Ready to rock and roll, man. But yeah, man, it's going to be fun, bro. I'm looking really excited. I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone's going to say when they see all the good stuff happening on the back end. They're like, oh my God, this is right. So it's amazing. So yeah, appreciate it. And the Clio Award, she just put Jenny. So we're looking. You can look for me all day long you want. You don't have to look too hard. That's for sure. Let's see me in Clio's. All right, guys. Peace, much love. Don't do anything I would do.
Take care. Kindness is cool. Smiles are free.
That's right.
Enjoy the day.
Peace out. Much love.
Cast is brought to you by WINJECT Studios. We are an all-in-one educational platform for podcasters that revolutionizes how hosts leverage content to increase engagement with listeners, downloads, and income. We come together to focus on community, collaboration, and collective impact. For more information on how you can interact directly with our hosts, access exclusive live content with offers you can't get anywhere else from our official partners, join our purpose-driven community by visiting www.winject.com. If you're ready to build a career doing what you love, then we're ready to see you there.